Welcome to Desert Giant Gaming. This is Jake here with another indie spotlight, playing some Rainswept by Frostwit Interactive. It's set to come out this year on PC, Linux, and Mac, I believe. The press kit was kind of interesting, so yeah, I'm gonna lose my audio for like 2 seconds here. Sorry, and there we go. So here we go. It's kind of a detective adventure game. From what I can tell, I've been kind of following this for the past few months since I started doing the whole Game Jolt thing. And this is what I've been interested in. I kind of see how they're progressing the game, adding stuff in. They kind of do a cool dev diary stuff along with it, which is kind of what I like about Game Jolt. It kind of gives me reminders. I'm sure you can do it on itch.io and other stuff. I think it's on itch.io as well, and other indie platforms. But okay, that was dark. Ooh, okay, so that's a good tone setter for the beginning. Yeah, we go Frostwit Interactive. I really like the art style of this game. Although the aesthetic of it is really neat. Has that pixel style, but it has like some kind of realistic spots here and there. Obviously, it looks like a small team. Music so far is pretty good for the tone. So it's 2 guys so far. Let's see how many other guys are on this team. I want to say this is, I can't remember what software it was. I want to say Unity, but don't quote me on that. I'm trying to remember the splash screen. So I was going to do another game, but I was having trouble with OBS recognizing it, and any recording software are recognizing the game stuff. So hopefully I can play that at some point. It looks really cool. Game making. That game was made in Game Maker. So okay, Rainswept. Clearly, my guess is the aesthetic is northeast. No, northwest, like Portland area. Monday, 7th of October 1996. I was 5 years old. Hey, come here. Let's see what it's all about. Okay. AED, that's interesting. Oh, it's A and D is movement, E is interact. I kind of wish it was almost W because it's right there. It's a little odd to, like, tired. If you're doing controllers, okay, I'm not using control, I'm using my keyboard. And those are the look, inventory, talk, use, space. So yeah, very much an adventure game. Smoke cigarette button. Oh, there we go. Oh, so I have to hit E on it to interact first. They've been there for a while, it looks like. Why would I do that? Terrible. Terrible. Just terrible. What? I said terrible. Terrible business is all this. Pah. This is only a matter of time. Everyone knew that. Everyone knows that. I know. Still. They were so young. Young and stupid, you mean. The stories I've heard. I guess you're right. It was just a matter of time. What? A matter of time. It was a matter of time. It's really coming down today. I should really get back home. A few minutes. I want to see what happens. Nothing's going to happen. You're going to catch a cold, that's all. So people watching the whole scene, trying to figure out what's going on. Okay, let's interact here. What is he up to? Okay, just pooping on that rope. Ma'am, please, you need to stay back a little bit. What happened here? A murder? Johnny Johnny, get under the umbrella. Granny, I want to leave. Can I just go back to? Can I go back to the shop? I could see this coming a mile away. You can see it coming a mile away. Do something, God! Like Anthony Bourdain just died yesterday when I'm recording this. So I mean, it's like you see someone in trouble and you reach out. Sometimes that's all they need. There's nothing. I'm gonna skip through a few things. Sorry. There's nothing we could have done. Chris, is responsible. I'm so sure. It's hard to disagree. Well, let's not speculate. The chief is inside waiting for you. You need to control the crowd, officer. You need to push the crowd further back. What? You'll have to speak up. I can't hear you over this rain. The crowd. Handle them. There could be evidence out here. Oh, yes, I'm trying. Hey, Williams. What the hell are you doing? Trying to prop this tape up, sir. Trying to poop on the ground. Well, I got some sticks in the drive-in. Yes, sir, Richard. Don't call me Richard. Richard's on leave. Do it yourself. Goodness. Sorry, Detective. This thing is, we're short on manpower here. We were prepared for this kind of thing, first time in decades. And on top it off, this rain out of nowhere. Just get the crowd under control. I'm heading inside. Yes, don't worry. Richard, B. Williams. Can I get? Oh yeah. So how do I go in? There we go. Get going. Jumping in here. Let's find out what happened. Ooh. Oh, okay. This is a little more serious. Guy shot himself, but let's see, murder-suicide possibly. Oh God. That's the sheriff. I should talk to him first. Huh? Oh no! What did it? I think so. Yeah. He gets a little tired after a long drive here. He got so tired he just took a freaking nap. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm cutting off the thing. I didn't realize the text is kind of all over the place, so it's kind of also why I'm reading it. Detective Anderson.
Mr. Anderson. Detective Anderson, right? The head office called in Tuesday. You'll be joining us here for this investigation.
I'm gonna do him like freaking God, forget his name, Mr. Smith, from Matrix.
Mr. Anderson. I'm Sheriff Harris,
and this is Lieutenant Watt.
We appreciate the department sending help, but I don't think we'll need it.
The case is ready to be wrapped up. What do we have here? The victims are Christopher Green, age 26, died from a bullet wound to the head, looks self-inflicted. And Diane Miller, age 24, so different, not married, that sounds like right. A single bullet wound to the abdomen. The victims lived together, were married. Yep, answers that question. Any witnesses? Just next door neighbors who have claimed they heard a single gunshot. We can interview him shortly. Ooh, a single gunshot. Any signs of an intruder? Any signs of an intruder? No signs of forced entry. The door was locked from the inside when we arrived. The officer climbed through the window to open the door. There were no footprints outside the window. Except the officers. He was careful. No signs of struggle or marks on the body either. Time of death, according to the next door neighbor, the single gunshot was heard around 15 hours. We received a call at 20 hours and another 5, and we were here another 5 minutes. They found the death upon arrival and confirming the timing. The weapon. Do we know the weapon? The shall be fired with a 45 caliber pistol. Ballistic report will let us know more. Questions I can ask. Honestly speaking, I think it's pretty obvious what had to place here. What do you mean? They had a reputation. They weren't exactly happy, come on. The whole town knows this. God, people, do something. Help them out. Diane was gunshot at point blank range with Christopher's gun, probably by Chris. Then he went ahead and shot himself. The wound was clearly self-inflicted. So you see, sending you here unnecessarily complicates things. But there was one gunshot heard. Question their abilities, yeah. It's an obvious case of murder-suicide. Remain silent. There's domestic violence involved. It would seem so. It was never reported, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. So, rumors. We may call it that. But there was smoke, was fire. I'm not sure of that. And they never really able to fit in this town. They moved here. They were new here. Moved about 6 months ago. Never got out much to make any friends. We didn't need to analyze the obvious, detective. That would only be inefficient. Officer Blunt will assist you through the course of your work here. Hello, detective. On one more thing. I think it's supposed to be one more thing. Little typo there, guys. Watch out. There's a typo. On more thing. We're looking to wrap this up quickly and cleanly. We don't want to drag it if it can't be helped. We have an important festival coming around this week, in a week's time. So you might say this rather bad timing. So there's no need to come around and complicating things. I'm kind of doing more like Bane actually. Get me a story that works, and we can close this case quickly. Sarcastic reply, because that's what I do. Yeah, sure. Can't wait to wrap this case up. Alright then. I'll see you soon. Goodbye. Okay then. Anyway, have a look around the room. If you like, come talk to me when you're done. Yeah, I'm really... The one gunshot being heard is what has me going. Hey, detective. Need any help? What's the plan? I have to look around the room once you're done. Talk to Lieutenant Watts. Talk to the girl or the guy. I actually don't know there. I was talking to the girl there. Not very professional. I hope you know what you're doing. Maybe not very professional. Sarcasm is my... 1911 A1 caliber pistol. As the lieutenant said, looks pretty old. It holds 7 rounds. There's 4 rounds in here. That means 3 rounds are fired from the gun at some point in time. See? Guys, if 2 were fired last night, where does it say the 3rd? Was it used some other day? The gun belongs to Chris, according to... The gun belongs to Chris, according to Lieutenant Watts. Let's assume Chris and Diane were the ones to use it. Is there anyone else that could have known where they kept the gun? From Pineview? From Pineview? I really doubt it. Remember, no signs of forced entry. Could it be someone that they were comfortable with or trusted? No. No one can think of. No one I can think of. Bullet wound to the head. The skull is badly damaged. Most of the side has been blown off. His body position and the way he fell indicates that he was sitting sideways in the chair, facing Diane's body, where Diane's body is now. The angle of the shot indicates that there was a shot from the side. If someone shot him, they were standing in front of the refrigerator. No clues there, though. It could have been shot from the window. At the moment, it's shut. Must have checked the fingerprints from the outside. From the outside. Could I enter through here as well? Should we have the fingerprints results in a couple of days, detective? Don't forget there aren't any footprints outside. If someone shot him outside, then Chris would have sat facing the refrigerator. That would make sense. That way, the killer would need to enter the house. But in that case, who shot Diane? His hand. Gunpowder residue on his right hand. Hard to disagree with the lieutenant here. This is strong evidence that the victim shot himself, unless it was made to look that way. chair has fallen back. Looks like Chris fell off the chair before or after being shot. It's pretty cool. I actually really like this. It's pretty neat. I'm not sure how much overall agency I'm gonna have, but overall pretty cool. Yeah. Gunshot to the stomach. Damages and the residue would suggest the shot was taken from point blank range. That rules out possibly of her being shot in the open window. She would have been in line of this site of the outside though. There's no mistaking the perpetrator would have to be inside the house to cause a kind of wound. Whether or not Chris or someone else is hard to say at the moment. Can I go at the back? Red wine. Looks like it was new bottle, just opened yesterday. No one drank from this glass. It was seen that Chris was sitting by himself at the table, drinking wine, waiting for someone to join him. Probably Diane? Whether he was waiting for her or someone else, we don't know yet. Glass of wine was knocked over. Looks like this looks like wine, but there seems to be blood here as well. Did the blood spatter in this direction? It doesn't make sense. Officer Blunt, I think there's been more than 2 gunshots that we're seeing here. Interesting. Okay, I already. Yep. Okay. I already looked at the gun, didn't I? Did I look at the gun already? Yeah, I already looked at this. Okay. Shall we proceed? Yes. Yes, I'm done. So chat with Mr. Rose on the side. Think I got enough. Hopefully this is the end of the demo. This is going really long. Rain's final let up. Ooh, coffee. Right, this is Mr. Willis. He lives next door. Coffee detective? Maybe he's the killer. Maybe he was jealous. Maybe he was sleeping with her. Yes, please. Duh. You can ask him any questions you may have about last night. Right, Mr. Willis. Can you tell me everything that you saw and heard during last night's events? Well, see, I headed off to bed around 11 p.m. as I usually do. Helps me sleep. Something about. Ooh, I missed something probably big there. Let me sleep now. Anyway, somewhere around 12:15, I say I'd woken up by a loud bang. I ran to my bedroom window. That's looks straight down at their place. And what'd you see? Nothing. The kitchen light was on, and that was about it. I went to my phone and called Lieutenant Watts straight away. How long did it take you to get there? You said you heard 1 gunshot. Yes. He had whiskey. Okay. The whiskey usually knocks me out pretty good, so if there had been more, I didn't hear them. So, not great evidence there. I think it's just people that are working in my apartment down below. Do you see any activity on the streets? Anything unusual? No detective. Everything goes exactly the same as always was. How long did it take you to get to the window? Did you think I was shot? About a couple of seconds. I said no more than 5, I'd say. I nearly fell out of bed when I heard the shot. You might say I was halfway there already. Did you get many visitors? Did Chris and Diane have any many visitor friends, etc.? No, not at all. In fact, it's in all this time I can only maybe saw Jack come over and fix his car, and Father Smith came over a couple of times when they were newly moved in, almost a year. No, probably rarely visited them because they mostly kept themselves. See, never made any friends here really. But sometimes folks did like those kids. Don't like those kinds either. So I can't really say. Who knows? You know what I mean. No, please elaborate. You won't find anyone crying over their deaths here. Here, no one really knew them. They never got out much. Count. Do you live alone, Miss Willis? Yes, I do. Never got married. It's a long story. One meant to be talked over a couple of whiskey. You know what I mean? Hey. Can anyone confirm your whereabouts? No, it was at home. Just home, you see. Am I a suspect? Oh, it's procedure, Miss Willis. I know Miss Willis. Miss Willis, he's cool. Ignore and remain silent. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with us, Miss Willis? I think those kind of interactions will change how people act towards you, because there's some of my unprofessionalism before. So I don't know if this is useful, but it might have been about Chris and Diane. They kept pretty happy when they first. They looked pretty happy when they first moved in. More recently, though, I heard Diane crying a couple times, usually late at night. See, the whiskey knocks me out pretty early. It's great. That's why I never heard him all this time before. A couple of times I was up a little later. One night, about a month ago, I heard pretty bad things. There were some loud sounds, like stuff being flung around and such, you see. I heard someone crying. I was thinking to myself that maybe I should call the police, but then it quieted down all of a sudden. But we never received any calls from domestic violence, but people often talk about stories of this kind. Can you remember when you heard this, Mr. Wallace? Well, I was late writing an important letter. I think must have been about the 1st to the 3rd of last month. 1st to the 3rd of September. All right. Anything else? No, that's all I know about this. Right. Thanks for your help, Mr. Wallace. We'll be in touch if we need anything else. No problem. Thanks for the coffee. I'll go a little bit longer, see if I can figure out anything more about this. Well, I think it clears up a lot of things. It has. Oh, come on, detective. You're supposed to be good at these things, aren't you? Mr. Willis didn't see anything outside the house after the gunshots. There's no signs of anything forcing entry either. On top of that, consider how rough things were between the two of them. You heard what Mr. Willis said, right? I'll be kind. We don't know the complete information we have as of now is very little. It's not a complete picture. We need to dig deeper if we want to know the truth. It's not just simple assumptions. Well, what about it? About the door? How is that locked on the inside? Explain that. I checked the door. It locks itself from the inside when it's pulled closed, regardless of whether you pull it from the outside or push it from the inside. I'm not saying that so happened. I'm just saying there's no conclusive evidence yet. Well, fine. Well, fine then. Dig as deep as you like, detective. You won't find anything new here. I was perfectly capable of handling this case myself, but of course, the head department had to complicate things. In any case, Sheriff Harris will probably want to wrap up this case before the festival, so don't expect him to wait more than a week. I have at the head of the station now. Officer, escort Detective Anderson to this hotel. Will do, sir. I'll have to come back in the evening and search the house. Let his diary escort his thing. Officer Blunt. All right. When can we expect the autopsy results? Day after tomorrow, according to the coroner. But I'll confirm to let you know. I'm guessing there's more than 2 bullet shots last night. We should take another look at the kitchen to make sure. 3 bullets, but we're actually glad that you're here. You know, although the sheriff and Lieutenant Watts would rather not admit it, even to themselves. It's like the first murder we have in the last 100 years or so. We have no idea how to deal with it. I mean, yeah, it's surprising. I wasn't trying to be rude. That's what I was saying. You just joined the force months back, for instance. I'm already. I'm not sure if I'm ready. I kind of knew you could say. I kind of knew them. You could say I'd never known anyone that had been murdered before. You know, it was kind of a bit sad. I know as an officer, I'm not supposed to feel that way at all. You'll be fine. Give it some time. Thanks, detective. That means a lot. And a jackknife. Well, not much. It was mostly what Mr. Willows said earlier. Nobody really knew them. Came in here, kept themselves. You know, you heard the stories about them. Anyone else thought they were some kind of weirdos. I kind of admit, I kind of agree with that sentiment too, but I feel bad about that now. It's no reason to make assumptions about people's character. The character can't be used as evidence. So I'd really like to help you figure out what the real story is, whatever it may be. So the sheriff's saying about a festival in town next week. What is that about? It's an annual thing, kind of early October. There's an fair on Market Street. There's food, rides. They'll get a lot of tourists in nearby states around the time. It's a good source of revenue for some of the smaller businesses here. Of course, it's less important in light of recent events. Good to hear this story, of course. Like, we can't go around trying to wrap up cases based on our assumptions, whatever the situation may be. I mean, these were people's lives that ended. It's our job to figure out what really happened. So, I guess what I was saying is, you can count on me during this investigation. How nice of you, Diane. Thanks. Dog. So I'm probably going to be wrapping up soon. I'm running pretty long, actually. I'm hoping it'll please help. I don't mean, detective. I know what you mean. Honestly speaking, Sheriff Harris is an asshole. I was serious. It doesn't care anything about except running off home and taking it easy. The case is probably ruined his plans to relax and enjoy the festival next week. I hate people like that. Lieutenant Watts, though, he's really sweet. I know he comes across a little obnoxious, but oh my god. Interesting. I saw her. She was right there. Why am I seeing her? Why am I thinking of her? Tar and a shovel. I wonder what Jack used them for. How's the car looking? I don't know. I know. Ask Jack. He's working on it. Talk to me when you're done. Okay, I think I actually am going to end it here. If it does keep my progress, I may actually continue the demo after this some other time. I kind of need to do some things, but thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Like and subscribe below if you like this. If this game actually looks pretty neat. Like I said, I'm really enjoying this style of the game. Overall, it's a pretty neat idea. I was hoping for a little more dialogue tree, but overall, I like how it's more or less. I'm walking through the story, and how people react to me is a little different. It seems like it may happen. Although Diane can't really hate me too much, I don't think. But overall, thumbs up on the game. Good job. A few little text errors maybe in there, little typos. Do some spell check here and there, but overall, very good. Like and subscribe below. See you next one. Thanks. Bye.